Hey folks, pretty nice February Monday across the valley. Temperatures still in the 80s across a lot of the region, especially out west. Get closer to the coast, it's a little bit cooler. 67 at the beach right now. Harlingen is 78, still 86 in Rio Grande City. Overnight tonight we'll drop into the low to mid 60s, upper 50s in some locations. So a cooler night than last night by a little bit, courtesy of the front that came through this afternoon, bringing slightly drier air into the region. But tomorrow, front turns around, goes back to the north, and we're right back up in the 80s again. Southeasterly winds for much of the day, but then late tomorrow, winds turn back around to the north again as yet another front pushes through, and that one looks to be a bit stronger. Here's what it does to temperatures. Tomorrow we're up at 84, but look at Wednesday, Thursday. Highs of only 66 and 67 degrees, so pretty significant cool down with this next front, not so much with the one today. Take a look at future track winds. Right now the winds are all out of the north and northeast for the most part across the area. This is midnight tonight. Still winds out of the south, the southeast again, so we turn back around because of the warm front moving through. Winds stay that way most of the night. This is 8 o'clock in the morning. Still winds coming out of the south, the southeast. By 2 o'clock in the afternoon, the wind starts to try to turn back around already, though, as the next front approaches. That front works its way through the valley late tomorrow. This is 7 o'clock. Winds are now out of the north across a lot of the region. And by 10 o'clock tomorrow night, everybody's got a north wind. And notice we're seeing some yellows back in here, so that's saying 20 to 25 miles per hour. But for the most part, winds not that strong, except right at the coast. A gale watch in effect for tomorrow night. You notice you get these colors up in this range, 40 to 50 mile an hour wind gust out over the Gulf, but over land won't be as strong. But if you're at the island tomorrow night, it's going to be windy there. It's just because there's less friction as the air flows over water rather than as it's flowing over land, so it goes a lot faster. It just kind of slips away, and you end up with much gustier winds at the coast. Now, in the meantime, cloud cover, we've seen some today. We've kind of been in and out of the clouds. It's not been a clear blue sky, but it hasn't been overcast either. Front just offshore, that one has stalled. It'll move back to the north tomorrow as a warm front, but just as it does so, we await the arrival of the next cold front that pulls in and gives us much cooler weather beginning tomorrow night and lasting through Wednesday and Thursday. But unlike last week where we were cloudy, overcast, rain, and drizzle behind the front, this time the sun comes out and then stays with us for the rest of the week. We don't expect much precipitation at all, probably nothing as it goes through. We've got a 10 to 20% chance in there for tomorrow night, but even that's probably pretty aggressive. Beyond that, we are dry with plenty of sunshine. Rest of South Texas, 75 right now in Laredo. Same thing in Falfurrias, 69 in San Antonio, 63 in the Dallas area. Fair amount of cloudiness between here and San Antonio, but no rain embedded within that. There's the next front pushing southward. Again, it'll move in late tomorrow, and as it does, maybe a brief shower, but behind that, the sun comes out. It turns out pretty nice. So your first 1 to 5 AccuWeather forecast for tonight, partly cloudy, 62. Less humid, but then the wind turns back around. Humidity comes back in. Then tomorrow we start with the southeasterly wind and finish with a northerly wind. It's a warm day, but it turns less humid tomorrow night. Your high of 84. Here's what happens after tomorrow. We drop to 49 tomorrow night, back to 66 on Wednesday. That's it. Thursday we drop to 38 and bounce back to only 67. Friday back in the 70s after a cold start. The weekend, mornings are chilly. Daytime temperatures are very, very mild. That's your updated first 1 to 5 AccuWeather forecast.